Fear is a liar. It whispers doubts in the quiet corners of our hearts. It tells us to stay small, to play it safe, to avoid the unknown. But God calls us to something greater. He calls us to rise above our fears and step into the fullness of His plan for our lives. The whispers of fear might tell you to stay silent, but God calls you to speak your truth. Fear might urge you to blend in, but God has called you to shine brightly. He has chosen you, and He has a unique and wonderful purpose for you. It can be tempting to listen to those whispers of fear, to stay comfortable and secure in what we know. But God is not calling us to a life of comfort and safety. He is calling us to a life of adventure, of purpose, of making a difference in the world. He is calling us to rise. Fear is a trap. It keeps us stuck in the past, paralyzed by what might go wrong in the future. It steals our joy, robs us of our peace, and prevents us from living the abundant life that God has planned for us. When we allow fear to dictate our choices, we limit ourselves and the potential that God has placed within us. We were not created to live in fear. We were created to live in freedom. The freedom that comes from knowing and trusting in a God who loves us unconditionally. Faith is the key that unlocks the chains of fear. Faith is not the absence of fear, but the decision to trust in God even when we are afraid. It is the belief that He is with us, that He will never leave us nor forsake us, and that He will give us the strength to overcome any obstacle. When we choose faith over fear, we open ourselves up to the limitless possibilities that God has in store for us. We can step boldly into the unknown, knowing that He is walking with us every step of the way. The Bible is filled with stories of men and women who faced their fears and accomplished extraordinary things through God's power. David, a young shepherd, faced down a giant with only a slingshot and unwavering faith in God. Esther, a young queen, risked her life to save her people from annihilation. Their stories and countless others remind us that we are not alone in our fears. God has been with His people through every trial and tribulation, and He is with us now. He has given us everything we need to overcome fear and live victoriously. As it says in 2 Timothy 1:7, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." These words are a powerful reminder that fear does not come from God. He has equipped us with strength, love, and a sound mind to face our fears and live a life of purpose and meaning. When fear threatens to overwhelm you, remember these words. Cling to the promises of God. His word is a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path, guiding us through the darkest of times. Section 4. Trusting in God's timing, stepping into freedom. One of the biggest challenges we face when dealing with fear is trusting in God's timing. We want things to happen on our own timeline according to our own plans, but God's ways are higher than our ways, and His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. His timing is perfect, even when it doesn't make sense to us. Trying to force things to happen in our own timing often leads to more frustration and fear. But when we surrender our plans to God and trust that He is working all things together for our good, we can find peace and freedom even in the midst of uncertainty. This doesn't mean we sit back and do nothing. Faith without action is dead. It means we take steps of faith, even when we are afraid, trusting that God will guide our steps and open the right doors at the right time. Section 5. You are not alone. Walk with faith, embrace your journey. The journey of faith is not always easy. There will be times when you stumble and fall, times when you feel afraid and alone. But remember, you are never truly alone. God is always with you, even in the darkest of valleys. He is your strength when you are weak, your comfort when you are afraid, and your guide when you are lost. So take courage, dear friend. Embrace the journey. Walk with faith, knowing that God is with you every step of the way. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And as you face your fears and step out in faith, you will discover the incredible life of purpose and freedom that He has planned for you.